Hey guys, before we get started, if you're a kid, this show really isn't for you. You should listen to some other podcast, like I don't know, the Joe Rogan podcast. Okay, start the episode.
My the computer I have, like the family computers, actually the bulbs or something inside of it are starting to mess up, so the colors go crazy.
Yeah.
They had a picture of hippos on there. 'Cause you know how they bring up the pictures before you log in.
Yeah.
The bulbs or whatever messed up. It looked like zombie hippos. Literally, it was supposed to be like a cute picture. It was like, oh, it's a little one sitting on top of a big one. Oh, look, they look so happy. As soon as the thing started messing up, it looked like the little one was like a demonic, bleeding red thing on top of this big hippo, and it's just like, oh god, he's attacking! Save the hippos! And then it went back to normal. It's like those paintings at the Haunted Mansion when the lightning hits and it gets scary. It was like that, but a horrible. So yeah, I had a killer hippos on my computer for a little while.
Dude, that sounds like I want that as an actual
Picture?
feature in my computer, just to change it to scary for a second.
Scary hippos. Just scary stuff in general would be fun.
It's like, oh look, it's a picture of my family. Now my child's a demon.
He grows like fangs and blood comes down like their cheeks.
Disney should release a haunted mansion like wallpaper set. It
Honestly,
looks like normal Disney things, and then like lightning hits and it changes scary and it turns back.
Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if that either already exists or will be coming out in the next few years. That seems like a really neat idea.
Yeah, and
you know, all those Disney buffs will love that.
And it's probably not that expensive either.
Nah, probably they would sell it like for like $1.75 or $5 for the whole set type of deal.
Yeah,
it's one of those things.
Anyways,
yep.
Hey guys, welcome to Did You Hear About This? It's a podcast about stories. I'm Bryce.
Hey, I'm Derek.
Just a reminder, guys, we're not reporters, we're not historians, we're just guys who like stories. Do you want to just jump right into the first one?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, Derek, did you hear about this? Did you hear about Kevin Caton?
No. What? I'm guessing, what did he do? Or what has he done?
So, shout out to Jimmy High Roller, the YouTube channel, for bringing this to my attention. Kevin Caton. He is a 52-year-old finance manager at a car dealership in Illinois. Mm-hmm. That's the end of the story. No.
Is that it? It's the most blandest story of the day. Car dealerships.
So Kevin is a big fan of Arizona Wildcats basketball.
Okay.
A huge fan. I'm not sure if you knew about this. Illinois and Arizona are not near each other at all.
Okay.
So he spends a lot of money on the extra package deal for his cable, so he can get to see those games on his TV.
Got that sports package.
Yeah.
$65.99.
Yeah, it's a stupid high amount.
Yeah.
But then in December 2017, he had to go on a business trip to Wisconsin. But that was in the middle of the basketball season, like in the middle of it. And I believe at this time the Wildcats was going like a streak of like a bunch of wins. So he's like, I can't.
I say you can't go anywhere. You got to stay.
Miss a game
just to be on the safe side.
So he realized he has to go on this business trip. So he called all the bars and stuff, asking if they had any of the package, and nobody had the package. Because if you're wondering, Wisconsin and Arizona are also not near each other. So he's like, I have to watch this game. So if you're wondering, he called this place called Buffalo Phil's, and they didn't have the Pac-12 channel either. Pac-12 was what the Arizona is. So Kevin had to admit to missing one game, and
they better not have lost. Did they lose?
And he didn't watch the game. Actually, I'm just kidding. He called Buffalo Phil's cable provider and pretended to be them, and added the Pac-12 to their channel. The cable.
That's a smart way of doing that. I love this guy. That's amazing. should have ordered some pay-per-view while he was there. He's like, yeah, and I also want to get this, and this, and this.
He added the Pac-12 package to the Buffalo Phil's package and went the night of the game to the restaurant, watched the game, and then you went home.
And then Buffalo Phil immediately went. As soon as he got the bill, he's like, "What the fuck?"
Exactly. A couple months later.
Cause he didn't cancel it, so that means they just kept adding up.
There was a manager there who was like, this is a lot higher than it should be. So he contacted the police, and the police contacted the cable company and got the recorded phone calls.
Did he make like a fake old guy voice like, "Yes, I would like the sports package, please"?
It's like he's still wearing he's still two people in a trench coat.
Yeah.
I would like one cable package, please.
Got a fake mustache and slides in like Monopoly money. Like, here you go.
So, how they found out it was Kevin is insane.
Okay.
Because they revealed every single step how they got there,
and pull up security camera footage and
they
shit.
got the best fucking detective on this job. I swear. So in the phone calls, the caller, who was Kevin, they didn't know at the time, but the caller said he wanted to watch the Arizona Wildcats game later in the week. At one point, he stepped away from the phone and referred to himself as Kevin. Okay, so and then another point. In the background, they heard someone co-signing for a vehicle.
Oh, so at the dealership. He did it at the dealership?
And they were talking about how they worked at a specific healthcare facility. So the police contacted the healthcare facility and asked if any of their employees recently bought a car. They got the one person that bought a car recently and asked what dealership they worked at. They got it from. They went to that dealership and found out there was one person that worked there named Kevin. Sure as fuck, it's Kevin Caton.
There's a lot of they can't figure out who killed Tupac and Biggie, but they most definitely found whoever did this fucking sports package deal. But it probably was only like $300, $400 worth of fucking shit. How much is this? Sports packages don't cost that much, do they?
It's been a couple months.
Oh shit! Yeah, you're right.
So the police visited the dealership, and Kevin refused to speak to them. So I don't know, fucking.
I wasn't even in that state.
I don't know what a Wisconsin is.
Yeah. They got him on footage eating fucking bar food while watching the game.
So after the police left, Kevin actually admitted to a coworker that he did it.
Oh, did the coworker sell him out?
The police contacted him, and the coworker's like, "Yeah, he just said this to me." Because what? Because I feel like the door's shut. All right, we're gonna leave now. We want to talk to you later. He's like, I don't want to talk to you. And then they shut the door. He's like, dude, do you want to know why they're here?
He's just boasting about it. Like, you'll never believe I got away with it. And the guy's just like nodding like,
This is an open case you're talking to me about right now.
You gotta wait till the statute of limitations or whatever it's called. 7 years later, then you can talk about it.
Yeah, so
it's like 7 years, I think. Kevin
was arrested and charged with 2 felony charges for identity theft and unauthorized use of a entity's identifying information pretended to be the restaurant.
Not the people who work at the restaurant. He was the restaurant.
I am Buffalo Phil.
Yeah, exactly. It's like first when he signed up, first name Buffalo, last name Phil. Buffalo Phil. That's me.
The name of the restaurant? Yes.
Yep.
It's my place.
Named it after myself.
Yeah, Mr. Subway. I would like. So he made a deal with the court to have one of the charges dropped, the other one made to a lesser charge. So he ended up paying Buffalo Phil's $2,663, and he also had about a $400 fine.
That's not that bad.
So
he got to see the game, though.
I want to point out there were 35 games in the college basketball season. You can record the game,
especially if it got a DVR.
Yeah, this is 2017. You have a phone.
Oh yeah, wait, 2017. They're streaming now.
Yeah,
they were streaming then.
Yeah, you just look it up on your phone.
He did it the hard way. No, you know what? He did it the fun way. He did it the way he wanted to do it. He's the epitome of the Frank Sinatra song "My Way." I did it my way, damn it.
Okay, so is there anything... Okay, we're big wrestling fans, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you couldn't... You're on like a business trip for some reason, and you can't watch... Say, whatever, streaming doesn't work or whatever.
Okay.
You can't watch it.
We're in the middle of nowhere. We're in like Montana.
Okay, we're in the middle of Montana. Would you go to a bar and like, hey, are you streaming WrestleMania? And they're like, no. So you immediately just call.
Real quick, if it's WrestleMania weekend and somehow I'm in Montana and WrestleMania not in Montana, there's a big fucking error going on. Like this is Home Alone. I got on the wrong plane, went the wrong direction type of situation.
Do you want to talk about Home Alone for a second?
I guess if you want to.
I want to talk about how bad a parents.
They keep losing them.
Seriously, I'm like, I get you have a lot of kids. Cool. You're still your child.
Yeah. You know, what's the guy's name who actually plays the kid? What's his name again?
I don't know, dude.
I can't remember.
I can't remember offhand.
But Joe Pesci, you know, he bites him in the movie on his finger.
Yeah.
He actually bit him. He still has the marks on his hand.
I also saw a thing from Home Alone 1 when Kevin, the character, looks at Buzz's...
McCulkin or something like that, right?
Macaulay Culkin.
Macaulay Culkin.
His name is Kevin in the movie. He looks at a picture of like Buzz's girlfriend, and the director's like, I don't want... Because it's supposed to be like an ugly girlfriend. It's like, I don't want to put a picture of like a real girl and make them feel bad because we're calling them ugly. So what they did is they took the art director's son and dressed him up as a girl.
Oh yeah, because that's gonna make self-esteem so much better for him.
Hey man, you're an attractive man. You'd be an ugly girl.
Ugly fucking lady.
I feel like I could say to someone and be confident about it.
I guess so. But yeah, I don't think I would sneak in to do any of that unless I was really sure I could get away with it.
So you're saying you wouldn't call them with a fake mustache on?
No. Even though they can't see me, I still have the fake mustache on.
It changes your voice.
Yeah, exactly. It's like Cleveland from Cleveland show.
If it's like a stiff one, you can't talk with your upper lip. Now it changes your voice.
That's true. But honestly, I imagine if I'm in Montana, that's a bit of a hick place. They probably have wrestling.
I bet they're like, dude, yeah, it's at the stadium.
Yeah, exactly. It's over there.
And they just have like big screens in the middle of like the high school football stadium.
They did that for WrestleMania, was it 2 or 4? Where they had it like in multiple different areas, so you had to watch it on big monitors. But one of the stadiums didn't have big monitors, so they just had them on little fucking TVs, and they rolled them out on little carts. And people were pissed.
So it was like the movie day and like elementary school.
Yeah, exactly. Where they just roll the TV in. Exactly. Go back. I'm pretty sure it was. I can't remember which WrestleMania.
I know what you're talking about. Though.
They roll it out like on ringside because each one had their own ring for matches. But they just roll it out one on each side, and they're just the smallest. They're smaller than this fucking laptop. So the people way in the fucking back most definitely can't see this fucking TV.
I spent so much money on these tickets.
Yeah. Well, I imagine back then it wasn't that much.
I bet like correlating it's
I guess inflation and whatnot.
But they're like, this is the world's biggest WrestleMania. We have to afford 3 different venues.
It was a neat idea. They could do it they could do it probably today.
Yeah.
I think that'd be neat. Have one.
I feel like they probably do it easily today.
One in New York at Madison Square Garden, one in LA, and I guess one could be either in Florida or like New Orleans.
Or the Connecticut, just have it be home.
Oh, that'd be neat. Yeah. Do one in Canada. Just have multi-nation. Do one in Canada, America, and I guess Mexico. Just get it all 3.
Like, wow. Our time zones weren't really as matched up as we thought.
Well, you do it like in the middle. You do it in the middle of the state, right down the line.
Okay. We've gotten really off the track from Kevin Caton.
We were talking about sports. Technically sports. We're talking about sports. It works.
We're just continue on the last podcast episode. We were talking about sports.
Yeah, true. Hey, sports are very interesting.
Yeah, I have a lot of good sports stories. I'll pull up some more later.
Okay.
Yeah, so okay, I still want to what was going through his mind.
He was a man who wanted to watch his basketball game.
He was
a man on the edge. He was willing to do what needed to be done, not because they were right, but because they were needed. He was the Batman of the basketball world. He was not the sports fan we needed, but the one we deserved. That man should have got a basketball signed with all the players from that team.
Okay, if you were the owner or like the manager or whatever, I'm not sure what it is in college, of the Arizona Wildcats, and you heard about this story, would you actually try to contact him?
Most
or no?
definitely. Okay, even for just like the school paper, be like, see how good our fans are. Look how dedicated they are to watch this game.
You think our games are boring?
Yeah, look at this guy. Get him like a jersey and the fucking hat and shit. The whole 9 yards. Those little pennant flags that nobody uses for anything. They just hold them in pictures.
Yeah, those like big like soft things that they bang together and people do.
I used to have some of those when I went to WrestleMania, actually. But yeah, one of those fucking foam fingers, everything. Give them face paint and shit. I don't know what their colors are. They seem like they would be like a red.
I thought it was a blue and white.
Is it blue and white? All right, get them face paint that's blue and white. Put a fucking color stomach so it looks like it is like a sports fan.
Definitely red. It is 100%.
I told you, it sounds like a red team because it's like a cat.
I thought my first thought was like, from High School Musical.
I've never seen High School Musical, any of them.
Well, okay, in my defense, their logo is blue and white, but their actual colors involve red.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that's...
So, and that's in my defense.
But yeah, I've never seen High School Musical. I've seen the music, because back when it came out, on the commercials, they would play, like, the music sing-alongs. Like, sing along High School Musical, and that was also close to
super red.
Oh, shit, that's a lot of red.
I just showed him a picture of the High School Musical Wildcats. They're super red.
It wouldn't surprise me if the people who actually made that, if they are sports fans, if they actually just took inspiration from like that team, or from something else that uses red and feline theming.
For being a fake high school, this logo is very realistic.
Yeah.
It's actually like a good...
You gotta make the movie look legitimate.
Yeah. Even if you have the entire high school sing together at the end.
You want to hear something? Speaking about teams, you want to hear something funny, Bryce?
Sure.
You know the Mighty Ducks?
Yeah.
You know the Mighty Ducks actually used to exist?
Yeah.
Like, that was an actual team? Because Disney, I want to say it's Disney who owns the Mighty Ducks. They own the hockey team. Mm-hmm. But when they sold the hockey team, they were like, yeah, you can still be the team, but you can't be the Mighty Ducks. So they're just like the Ducks or something now. It's something really ridiculous.
Yeah, it's the Anaheim Ducks.
Yeah, it's not as cool at all.
Yeah, well, yeah, their logo looks kind of lame now, too.
Yeah, because before it was a really badass looking like duck mask with like holes and shit inside of it. It was really cool. It was the only interesting thing about hockey other than the fist fights.
Dude,
are you sure we're just not doing another sports episode?
I promise. Like, I just wanted to do this Kevin Caton story because I thought it was hilarious, and we just really got super into sports. I promise the rest of it won't involve sports.
Okay. Well,
I'll talk about the rest of it. Do you want to jump right into our local superhero?
Oh, sure. Oh, yes. Florida Man, the Revenge. Florida Man Returns, except it's a Superman Returns picture, but instead of Superman in the sky, it's like a fucking redneck with no shirt on. Instead of a cape, it's like chainmail. I want like a chainmail type of deal.
It's chainmail, but as a cape.
Yeah,
so
but
it does nothing.
If anything, it's weighing him down.
And he has an M16 and a samurai sword.
Yeah, because that makes sense, of course.
Yeah, Florida.
And instead of a big ass, it's just a trash can lid.
I
like the trash can
with
lid.
a live alligator hanging from it.
Yeah, exactly. It's a lynched alligator on a trash can lid.
So this week in Florida Man, okay, we're gonna have to debate the most Florida Man story.
Okay, see who wins.
A lot of them are pretty like the most stereotypical things. Mm-hmm. And I want us to talk about each one of them and see if we can figure out which one's the most Florida Man.
Okay.
Let's start out strong. Florida Man sells fully functioning F-16 fighter jet online.
Like, legitimately?
Yep.
He owns one of those.
Yep. He got it from the country of Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
And he just has it.
Okay.
And he's trying to sell it online.
Hey, that you can sell anything online. That's not a weird story. That's very fair. Now, if he didn't own it, like he went into like the military base and took pictures of it, and is like, yeah, it's mine now. That's legitimate. That's an honest man right there. That is a man who pays for his own sports package. He does not. He does not go in and try and steal it from whatever the fuck the Philly place was.
So, you mentioned breaking into a military base. You want to go on to the next one?
Oh, God.
Florida man hops fence at airport, tries to steal plane.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
Unsurprising, not successful.
Do you know how strict the airport is now? They as soon as he touched the fence, they probably like, oh, here comes another one. Have you been over near the airport, though? Literally, when you drive over there, you can look at it and go, yeah, I can make that. I think I can make that. Yeah, which says a lot.
He made it to an airplane. He didn't get on board because they don't do that. But he got to the airplane. Then he was arrested.
He made it all the way up. He looked up. The door was way like 2 stories above him. He's like,
shit.
What's that movie with, was it Liar Liar, where he gets on the little moving staircase, he starts driving next to the airplane? He has to go do that.
But it's still parked, but he's just like rams into it, like, let me in.
Yeah, just slam. That's how you get the door open. You just slam into it. That'd be hilarious.
So,
are all these going to be airplane related?
No, those are the only 2 airplane related ones, I promise.
Oh, that's not fun. I want another one where it's like somebody steals like a biplane.
Let's go to the next one. Florida man posed as officer to get discount at McDonald's.
Stolen valor. Have you seen those videos?
Yeah, I've seen.
Where the people like dress up like as military people and the other military people call them out on that shit. Those are some of the weirdest, most awkward videos because you always see people in the background kind of like,
well, okay. I have business things to do with this
exactly.
hour. I have
time to get out of here.
I'm busy that day. I gotta go.
Wait, does he dress up also with a fake mustache? That's gonna be our theming now. Is it like he has like the big sunglasses on? He's like Super Troopers. He dresses up like Super Troopers, or Reno 911.
Yeah,
even with the really really short shorts. He goes and is like, yes, I work for the police force.
I am officer.
Here he pulls out his badge and stuff, but it's not a picture of him. It's like a little cartoon picture.
It's like from the Benchwarmer says, I am 12 and has 20
exactly.
bucks. But this reminds me of the one we did. I don't forget what episode it was, but it was a Florida man where a woman refused to serve paramedics.
Yes,
It's the exact opposite of that situation.
A few episodes ago, yeah.
It's like, I know we get discounts. I'm a cop. See, it's a cop. It says cop.
It's not even a convincing uniform. It's just a shirt that says police.
Right on the police.
I am police.
It's like a tuxedo shirt, but it's the shirt. It looks like their uniform. It just says cop.
It says cop. Oh, that's hilarious. But you know the worst part is that's one of those things where you go in, people at the food place is like, well, we can't prove them wrong. All right, fine, fuck it. There you go. You saved $1.70.
I mean, what ended up happening, they called the actual police and was like, this guy is pretending to be a police officer?
You know the people who work behind that counter does not give a fuck about that guy. They're like, just get out of my face. Eat your fucking burger here.
Had a kid crying for 3 hours, wanted a Happy Meal. Word Burger King.
No, okay. I hate that sometimes when I go to fast food places with some people. We'll be at McDonald's. Like, can I get a Whopper? But like, they don't sell Whoppers here. Well, they know what I'm talking about. No, they don't. 'Cause that's not what they sell here. Say the right name. My father. I refuse.
Just so everyone knows, before he started that sentence, it was
pointed.
a big build up. Like he was, finally, I can get this off my chest.
I have to get this off my chest. I hate going through drive-thrus with him.
Yeah.
Because he refuses to learn the name of foods. And they sell filet of fish.
Yeah.
And when they have specials like the 2 for $5 or when they sell them for like $1 or something like that, he'll go in. He's like, yeah, I'll take those $1 fish chicken things. And I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? One, there's no chicken in it. And 2, just fish things? They fucking say it's a sandwich. Please. And I want to say the first time he did it without really knowing it. But now he just does it because he knows it pisses me off. To the point that if we go through drive-thrus, I'll be in the passenger seat. I'm like, you be quiet. And I'll lean over out the window to talk to the people. Like, I'll order the food, please. Or I'll go like, we're walking inside. I'm ordering my food separately from you so they don't get confused.
Can I have one of those fish things? You know, it's like it's in between two pieces of bread.
Exactly. That's how it is. And I can always tell because there's always like a little pause where I imagine the people on the other end are like, I guess he's talking about this? There you go.
I want him to do that. And then they give him the wrong thing because they don't understand.
That's happened. And you know the worst part about it? It wasn't his food they messed up. They messed up my fucking food. Oh. So literally it was one of those things like, we can go back and like, no, the damage is already done. I'm eating what they gave me. They already paid for it. I'm leaving.
You stare at him while you're eating. This is your fault.
So yeah. So if we ever end up going out and my dad's with us, just know that's why I'm like, be quiet. I'm ordering the food. I'm ordering this.
I want like,
or I'll stress to him.
For some reason, like, you're driving, and, like, you go up, and he leans over you.
Yeah. He starts ordering shit randomly.
I want one of those things with chicken, but it also has bread and some sauce. Bread,
sauce, some cheese on it, tomatoes.
Maybe, do you want cheese? Maybe some cheese. Half cheese.
Bryce, do you know GTA? GTA, yeah. I want to say it's San Andreas. Yeah. Remember the big smoke order?
Oh, my God, yes.
I have 2 number 9s, a number 9 large, a number 6 with extra dip, and a large soda.
I saw this Matt Stoney on YouTube. He's a competitive eater. He has like world records.
Oh, did he eat that?
He looked up like what everything was, and he ordered it, and he ate it. First of all, he's a tiny Asian dude.
They all are.
It was amazing to watch. Second of all, fuck, that's a lot of food. Each one of those orders had a drink.
Exactly.
Because all numbered things have drinks.
Because it's a meal package.
Yeah. So he ordered like 8 drinks.
I remember I saw a video where they added all the food up and show like the calorie count.
Yeah.
It was huge. It was one of those things where it's like, if you eat this, you're not allowed to eat for like the rest of the 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
So we got off the track there, but let's move on.
All right. Next, another Florida man then?
Yeah, I have 8 of these.
Oh, God. Okay, we're going to be here for a minute.
Florida woman drove to police station on suspended license to pick up the car she had stolen.
Okay, that wins. Unless something really good comes after it, that wins.
Oh, there's a little kicker with this. When the picture for her when she arrested her, she was just the biggest smile. She was so proud of herself.
Do you have the picture? Or is it not here?
I can look it up.
Oh, please look up this picture.
Let's keep.
It always freaks me out when I see people who have mugshots where they smile in their picture, like the Justin Bieber one, where he smiled. It's like, no, you're supposed to be sad right now. You're being arrested.
Yeah,
be miserable.
I forget the name. What is it? What are they called? The pictures.
Mugshots.
Mugshots. Whenever a mugshot isn't like they're happy, it's the creepiest thing.
No.
Especially this one I'm about to show you. It's just like a different level.
Oh shit. She is really fucking happy.
She is on multiple drugs.
Yeah, no wonder she drove there on a suspended license. She didn't care anymore.
She was like, I have a license.
They sell those? How do you get one? I want one.
They sell those? Oh my God, I haven't a license in years. I could go for a license right now.
You drive to the drive-thru. I'll have a license, please.
Your dad's like, can I have one of those things?
One license.
I'll have one of those things I can use to drive with.
No, but yeah, it's weird when people smile on their mugshots. At least this one, at least from what I know, she didn't hurt anybody while doing this. No. Not physically, at least. The creepy ones are when they're like, yeah, this person killed a person, such. Here's their mugshots, and they're all smiles. And it's like, okay, we don't want to...
Don't let him out.
Yeah, exactly. leave him in where he's going. He needs to at least sit there for a little while.
Put him in a cell by himself.
Yeah, it's not safe. Oh, dude, that's like Law-Abiding Citizen. Have you ever seen that movie?
No.
It's where this guy literally breaks himself into prison. I know it sounds weird, but he digs. But there's a scene where he's a really nice guy. He acts nice in front of people. He demands a fine dinner with steak. He eats the steak. His roommate or cellmate or whatever you want to call it. Roommate, like they're buddies. But anyways, his cellmate.
Did you pay rent this month?
Yeah, exactly. He goes, I want some of that steak. He goes, yeah, come on down, eat some of the steak. He goes, oh, that's really nice. They didn't take the bone piece out of the steak, so he just takes it and just slams the guy right in the neck with it multiple times. Blood's everywhere. And people are like, he's such a nice person. What's going on here? It's like, he's a fucking crazy dude who killed a man with a piece of bone out of a steak. He's covered all in blood.
Yeah.
So when people walk in, he goes, "You know what? I could use a shower."
On this is the things I need today. I could use a shower.
You need to. It's a more of an action movie, but you should watch it. He does a lot of fucked up shit.
Those are any prison movies I'm a big fan of. I'm not sure why. It's just like super interesting to watch.
It's a neat concept.
Yeah.
Shawshank Redemption's really good.
Oh yeah. Florida man drove scooter out of Walmart and kept going for another mile until he pulled into a gas station to charge up.
All right, Bryce, can I tell a funny story about an ECV that I have?
Of course you can.
Okay, at my old job, I used to work at a grocery store. I was pretty much the bitch boy. I cleaned stuff, help people carry out groceries, stuff like that.
Yeah. I
actually just told this story a few days ago, so it's making me laugh that I remember it. I had a lady in an ECV. She had one of the ones for the grocery store.
Yeah.
She was leaving. I'm like, hey, miss, do you need a hand? I can take these to your car. She goes, yeah, could you really use the help? Okay, well, let's go over to your car. She pulls out. She takes the ECV with her, which technically not supposed to go outside with them. I was like, it's fine. She's old. She gets it.
Yeah.
We go down the parking lot, back up the parking lot. We go around the parking lot, maybe about once and a half before coming right back down the middle again. I'm like, miss, do you know where you parked? And she's looking around. She goes, you know what? I got dropped off today. I went, oh, okay. I just wasted a lot of time following you looking for your car. And I was like, okay, well, is your ride gonna come get you? She goes, yeah, I guess so. I should call them, shouldn't I? I'm like, yeah, you probably should if you want to get picked up. I was like, when your car shows up, if I'm here, yell, I'll come help put your groceries in. And he just walked away. It's like, I wasted so much time on this. There was shit piling up behind me. Like there was messes that need to be cleaned up and carts that need to be collected. And I'm like, where the fuck is your car at? I need to get these groceries in your car and get you the fuck out of here.
So, this guy stole it.
And then thought he could fill it with gas.
He went to the gas station to plug it in to charge it up. He was arrested for stealing it. The police found him. He was super bruised and beaten up. Mm-hmm. No one knows how he got that way.
He did some extreme stunts like Jackass on the ECV. He hopped it on the fucking ramp. Bam Margera came out of nowhere and kicked him in the nuts. And they're like, yeah, CKY.
So, he doesn't know how he got up that way. Mm-hmm. The guy doesn't know.
No shit, he's probably an office fucking rocker. He stole an ECV and tried to fill it up at a gas station. The only way it could be any funnier is if the gas station had those little hybrid electric car chargers, and he tried to use that. He's like, yeah, it charges in 5 minutes.
Yeah, look at that, it's charging. Yeah. Sir, that is not charging. You just have it on your seat.
It's just sitting there. Yeah, exactly. It's not even anywhere. It's on the seat.
You're just holding it.
Right in the rubber.
It's a plug. It goes right in. So, I'm trying to,
I still like the lady who drove in on a expired license. That's my favorite one so far. He's a close second.
I want to see, picture this guy, how he got all the bruises and stuff. He left. Then he found a bunch of neighborhood kids. And they're like, Mr. Jenkins, do the ramp. And they're like, I was like, okay, he just fucking does.
It's like Eric Cartman when he jumps over the homeless.
Yeah.
I jumped over the homeless. Just a little bit. And he fucking falls anyways.
So, there's 3 more.
Okay. Next contender, step up. New challenger approaches.
This one is going to be good.
Okay.
Florida man.
It better be with that voice.
Florida man has gun stolen during orgy.
There's many questions. But there's something in my head that goes, that makes sense. I
read this article. Okay. I have all the answers that you probably want.
All right, well, here's what I think. Here's what I think was at least going through his head.
Yeah.
This was his first time going to an orgy.
Nope.
No. Oh, well, never mind. Well,
he hosted it.
He hosted. Oh, so was it in his house?
It was in his house.
Okay, that makes this a whole lot more special.
He had his gun in his bedside drawer. Mm-hmm. After the orgy,
you got to keep it in a safe. You got to keep your guns in safes, people. This is why the government doesn't trust us with guns.
Another reason he called the police. 20 or so people at the orgy were wearing masks, so he doesn't know who was there.
This is like Craigslist levels of stuff. It's like, who wants to fuck, but I don't want to know who you are. It's like those balls where everybody wears the special masks that hide your identity. Yeah, masquerades, thank you.
Yeah, so he had his gun stolen. He doesn't know who was at his party.
That's a wild gun. Well, there's so many wild guns in the wild, though, so
Yeah.
that doesn't frighten me unless I see a naked person in a mask coming after me. But then you gotta wonder where they had the gun first. At that point.
Okay, so you said the woman who drove an expired license.
I still love that one. This one,
the next
would have
two
been made.
are gonna be super close. The last one was good,
Mm-hmm.
but these two are my personal favorite.
Okay.
So, Florida man breaks into a restaurant, strips, eats noodles, and plays the bongos. Context: the police were looking into a different breaking and entering.
Mm-hmm. And just found this guy
where
happily.
a guy broke in, ate a plate of wings at this restaurant and drank some beer, so they actually lost money.
Mm-hmm.
The night before that break-in was a homeless guy broke in, stripped naked, brought noodles. He ate noodles he brought himself, and just played the bongos.
Okay. You know the worst part is, Bryce, we know somebody whose profession is to play bongos.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say his name now, but wouldn't it be funny if it was him? Like we see the security footage and he just comes in.
Oh man,
Yeah.
You're really gonna. Oh,
The worst part is, I think he's listened to I think they play it in the office. So he'll hear us talking about it.
hey man, we love you.
No, we don't. You're leaving work. Fuck you. He's leaving in like a week.
So, yeah, they were looking into a different breaking and entering and accidentally found this
Found a
other
naked
breaking
dude.
and entering.
Now, when you say playing the bongos,
Yes.
was he playing it with his hands?
Yes.
Okay, that's much better. Could you imagine just pulls out? Boom, 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 boom.
Hey man, it's a very specialty instrument.
Yeah, it's
Takes
like
a lot
that
of
dude who paints
skill.
pictures with his dick. It's really neat.
So, I love that. Like he broke in, he didn't steal anything. He did no damage.
Yeah.
The police aren't looking into it because he didn't do anything. He came in, ate his own food, played his own bongos.
Oh wait, so he brought bongos?
Yes. He
I thought they were in the building already.
No, he brought
Okay.
bongos. He brought ramen noodles.
Hey.
And the only problem they had with it, he was naked in the restaurant.
Yeah, you can get past that. That's if anything, that's artist expressions right there.
Yeah, we featured a lot of Florida man stories on
A
this
lot of them
podcast.
involve naked dudes,
And a lot of them involve restaurants that need to be shut down afterwards, especially the one with the ice cream and a girl urinating.
Oh yeah. Ugh.
This one is fine compared to those.
Yeah, exactly. They're
you
not
wipe
losing
off
any-
the seat.
Yeah,
We're good.
It's all right. Put some for some. I was about to say Febreze, but that maybe some Febreze. He might have smelly junk. Who knows? He might
So,
not took a shower that day.
They looked up the guy. They found him. No, he wasn't arrested or anything. They just found out who he was. Like, hey man,
Can you get out of here?
don't do this anymore.
It's not cool, man. Police just walk in. They're just the chillest police, and we're like, come on, man.
So they approached the guy like, all right, man, we both know why we're here.
If you would have just came in and kept your clothes on, we wouldn't even be here.
Seriously, if you would have kept your clothes on, we wouldn't have this conversation.
Exactly. It would have been
We're not
free.
going to arrest you. We just wanted to have this conversation with you. Say, don't
Do it
strip
again.
in a restaurant.
You think he is actually like a male stripper, and that's just how he relaxes
He's
when he
practicing.
eats? Yeah, exactly. It's his special ramen noodle bongo performance. The ladies love it.
Maybe he wasn't using his hands.
Told you. It's like Magic Mike, but worse. All right, so this is the last one. This is the one
Yeah.
you think's gonna win me.
Oh, yeah. So, this is, I believe, the most Florida man story we have this week.
Okay.
And it doesn't feature a man. It's Florida woman pulls live alligator out of her yoga pants during traffic stop.
How big was this alligator?
It was a baby.
Okay.
So
That doesn't make this as
got pulled-
terrifying.
She got pulled over for speeding.
You think she didn't get pulled over for
they
speeding?
saw animals in the back seat. They
Mm-hmm.
were like snakes. They're like, hey, can you put those, like they weren't in anything. They're like, you put those away. She put them away.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, do you have anything else? She's like, oh yeah, this. And she pulled out an alligator out of her pants.
She lost her gun at an orgy, so that was the best she could do was an attack alligator.
Can you? I want to find out why the officer didn't see it. Like, how did you not see it before she pulled it out?
Well, she broke out of Tony Montana. Say hello to my little friend, alligator.
Hello. This is Jonathan.
Yeah.
Oh, hello. You're under arrest, actually.
I do love this story.
Yeah, it's pretty
It's
good.
the weird story.
Yeah,
because now I'm curious though, is because it was in her pants.
Yeah.
Which way the alligator was facing? Bryce almost did a spick take, everybody, just so you know. That's why you don't drink when we record stuff, Bryce. It's not a smart idea.
I'm thirsty.
But yeah, because if it was like face down, that's fine. It's like near her knee.
Yeah.
Face up, it's getting a little weird.
Yeah.
Especially if it decided to bite at that point.
What if it was sideways?
That's even weird. No, that's
curled around her leg.
No, it's an alligator. Alligators don't know. They can't curl that well. It's an alligator, not a snake.
They can't bend?
They can bend, but not like around somebody. They don't constrict, to my knowledge.
I know they don't constrict, but I'm like, can they just bend to like a weird angle?
I don't think so. I think they're pretty solid, to be honest with you.
This is a weird conversation we're having.
They're like the elephant of the mean-ass bastard world.
Okay.
Elephants are not flexible. When was the last time you saw an elephant doing yoga?
Oh, man, I was trying to think of a really good burn.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to put anyone's name into it.
That's
I'm
mean.
like, I don't know, I saw someone doing yoga last week.
Elephants don't do yoga. They do jazzercise. It's way better for them.
It is. Keeps their trunk strong.
Exactly. All right, well, if I had to pick a winner, it's either between Alligator Girl or License Girl. The Alligator one is weird.
They're both traffic stops.
No, that's the worst part. Is hers wasn't even a fucking traffic stop. The lady with the expired license.
Oh yeah,
she drove to. If anything, she arrested herself at that point.
Hello, I'm here to get the car that I stole. I mean, the other car. What car was she driving?
Another stolen one?
She drove there to get a different car. What was she gonna do when she got the car? I'm just gonna leave this one here.
Yeah, I don't need this one anymore. I already got the stolen one.
Neither one of these are mine.
See, and Bryce, because of that, that's the lady who won this week. She won. She gets the covenant $200 fine and the trash can lid. She can drive over here and deliver us. If anything, she can give us one of the cars. She doesn't need both of them.
All right. So I love Florida Man so much. Like, it's one of those things where I know we're going to get some good ones every single week. Like, I don't have to put like any effort in. The world just happens.
Right. You know what the worst part is? If we ever like go somewhere and we do like podcasts there, whatever, like a live show, we have to do that area's version of Florida Man. See if we can find weird stories from there. Like, we go to Boston. We got to do like Boston Man.
Boston Man?
Like,
we can try, yeah. It'll be pretty... won't be easy, but it'll be fun.
Okay, weird shit goes down in Florida, but you know there's weird shit that's going down. Maybe not, probably Boston, but most definitely like New York, California. There's L.A. There's got to be weird shit going on in L.A.
100%. I think L.A.'s worse. New York's probably worse, honestly.
Yeah, because it's such a big city.
Yeah. We could... One week we might just do New York City, man.
New York.
So see if I can just get like a couple.
The city that never sleeps.
All right.
If I can make it there, I'll make it anywhere. I don't know what I'm doing.
I'm going to cut you off now.
No!
You're not allowed to drink anymore.
But it's... never mind.
Okay, so, you want to do the other big story?
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, Derek, did you hear about this? Did you hear about Harold Holt?
That sounds like an old, like, war guy.
Oh, yeah.
Especially because it's the HH.
Yeah. He was the Australian politician. He was elected the Prime Minister in 1966.
Okay. Not that old.
I'm just going to give you some little bit of facts about him, and then we're going to get to the interesting story about him.
Okay.
He was responsible for the continued dismantling of the White Australia policy, which was just super racism in Australia. He was continued dismantling that through government.
Okay, so it's a good thing.
Yeah, he promoted engagement between Australia and Asia and the Pacific countries.
Okay, still more good things.
During the Vietnam War, he made close ties to the U.S. And at one point, he was quoted saying, all the way with LBJ.
Okay.
If you're wondering, LBJ.
Yeah.
LeBron James.
Oh, really?
No, I'm kidding.
I was about to say, that's a huge time jump. I'm seeing him like, oh yeah, the president. Okay.
Yeah, it was actually Lyndon B. Johnson, but like LBJ is also LeBron James. So I think that's funnier.
Jesus.
He graduated from the University of Melbourne with a degree in law. He had his own law firm, which was Holt, Graham and Newman, which eventually became Holt, Newman and Holt, with him and his son became a part of it.
Okay. This sounds really good. This sounds like where does this fall off the tracks?
He's such a good guy.
Oh yeah, smart guy.
Does he sound like a good swimmer?
I hope living in Australia. Well, I guess not. There's not a lot of. It's surrounded by water, obviously, because everything is. But it's known more for desert.
He claimed to be the world's best swimmer. Like he was the best.
Okay.
In December 1967, while he was still prime minister, it's gonna sound a little weird at first.
Okay.
Why I'm saying this story. The end of it is why. I'll explain why. He was still prime minister. He was spending the weekend in Portsea. It's a city.
Okay.
Him and his friends traveled to Point Nepean to watch this Navy man travel across what's called the Rip, a super dangerous portion of water.
Okay.
They just wanted to watch him do it.
Okay.
He did it, and on the trip back, Holt convinced his friends to stop at Shavat Beach to swim before lunch.
Okay.
He had spearfished there many times and claimed he knew this beach like the back of my hand. The water was rough, so only him and one of his friends went in the water. His friends stayed close to shore, but Holt went deeper in water. Mm-hmm. And then he was seemingly caught in a rip current. Okay. And he was taken out to sea. Okay. Witness described it as like a leaf being taken out, quick and final. Okay. He continued out, and then he eventually disappeared from view. All right. The police immediately started searching for him. It was called the world's largest search operation in Australian history. Yeah,
it's the prime minister. They better break everything out to search for this man.
Nobody was found.
Okay.
Some conspiracy theorists thought he committed suicide, faked his own death. He was assassinated by the CIA. He was found in a submarine and was defected to China.
Okay. That's a wild one.
So nobody was found. He was declared dead in 2005. 40 years later. I want to talk about why it took 40 fucking years.
Well, there's always a chance. There's always a chance you could find him. That's like that. They know they did that. They did that same shit in middle school with Amelia Earhart, where they were like, she'd be this old right now. It's like not found dead or whatever. So yeah, it's not. It's not, maybe 2005 is a little long.
That was almost 40 years. He would have been 70. No, I think he was out to sea when he was like in 50s. He would have been like 90.
Okay, so he would have been he would have been dead.
I feel like I'll give it 5 years.
I would have gave it at least 10 to be on the safe side.
Because they got a new prime minister like 2 months later.
Of course, you got to keep the country running, man.
So they waited again 40 years. I'm like, I think 5 would be like, all right, we should probably call it.
What if he came back though? Like 40 years later, he somehow made it back. Like, I've just been swimming this whole time. He comes in, he's ripped. He's been paddling. Was he still the prime minister there at that point? Because he never lost the seat. He just comes and beats the shit out of the current one. It's like, I'm in charge. It's like
I know what you're talking about.
I'm the prime minister now. Look at me. Look at me. I'm the prime minister.
I think it would be because they elected a new one. Mm-hmm. I think he wouldn't be prime minister, but they'd come back. They're like,
they have to hold a special vote. Do you want this guy or this guy?
You want to talk about what the fuck happened real quick?
Swam all the way to Japan.
So I'm realizing now. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm gonna this is a little preview for a future episode. I have a story similar to this, but from the other person's perspective because they didn't actually die. Okay. That's a future thing. Don't worry about it. Okay. But so 40 years.
40 years.
I still, that's an insane amount of time.
Just to wait.
Yeah, because he was...
Do you think it's like those love stories where somebody goes out there every evening, he's like, he'll swim back. I know he will. He'll come back.
I'm going to look it up because I'm 99% sure he was like super old when it happened. And I'm like, 40 years is like a lot of time.
If you're an old dude and you're an important old dude like a prime minister, why'd they let you go out in the water in the first place? They did that shit on purpose.
He knew the beach like the back of his hand.
Apparently his hands aren't that familiar to him then.
He was, I believe, he was born in 1908. He was 59 years old.
Yeah, exactly, because it was in the 60s.
Yeah. So yeah,
50, so pretty much 60. 59, you might as well round it up to 60.
He would have been 99 years old.
Hey, we got people who live to 104.
I don't know, man.
I don't know if they can swim well, but they live long.
I don't know. None of them were taken out to sea.
Yeah.
It's like it still seems like an insane amount of time for me.
40 years.
40 years.
It's a lot of hope and goodwill. That's
You're
what
like,
it was.
They have there's a plaque out there that says "Welcome to Sherbrooke Beach," where the Prime Minister took his last swim or whatever.
Who made a plaque for that?
They're like as a like a remembrance thing.
It makes me not want to go to the beach. You walk like, hey kids, let's go. Like, here's where the Prime Minister disappeared and died.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
Well, I don't want to go swimming.
Yeah,
now.
exactly. I
guess we're just fishing either. I might find something.
Oh, that's dark.
Should I cut that out?
No. But usually I'm the one who says the dark shit.
I know it. We're off the rails. We're going so off the rails right now.
It's like, remember Jaws when they find the boat and the head just comes out of the boat? It's like it's like one of the first jump scares from like a AAA movie.
Yeah.
It's like that, but instead it's him. It's like, it's a big one. I know it is. I know. It's just him.
Oh, hello, water. Prime Minister.
Dude, there's gotta be something. Well, probably not anymore. It's been so long.
There's a big ocean, my dude.
Yeah, I know, but at least find like a bone or something. They find his swim trunks. They float up on the sea.
Ah, yes, I knew he was a XX large. There's one guy down the beach like, can I have those back? Yeah. Actually, I can't get out of the water.
Like, oh, they're his. Bryce, has that ever happened when you were at the beach? Not to you, but to anybody where they're like, I can't get out of the water. My swimsuit's gone. It's like just disappeared.
I do have a beach story that you just reminded me of. I forgot happened to me.
Okay.
So I went to the beach when I visited Florida originally before I moved here, and I'm not a huge fan of. This is the reason I'm not a huge fan of the beach. I went there. I was forced to go there. I'm like, oh, it's fun. Let's go in the water. I'm like, oh, sweet waves. And you like throw yourself at like the cresting wave, and it hurts a little bit. But you're like, it's fun. Water hurts.
Water hurts.
And so I did that, and then another wave came right behind it, and I wasn't prepared, and it dunked me under. And then I swallowed a bunch of like seawater, and then I vomited into the ocean. And I'm like, I'm done at the beach, and I just kind of walked out of the water.
Hey, it's cleaned it up. The fish will eat it. It'll be fine. It's like chum, but it brings nasty fish.
I haven't been to the ocean since.
I don't like the ocean. I've been plenty of times, but usually if people go to the beach, because I would go to Ocean City, which is in Maryland. They have a whole boardwalk where they have like arcades and stuff. Like, I'll be in the arcade, you go do that.
Yeah.
The only time I actually ever had fun getting in the ocean was they do it down here in Florida, but it's not the same because it's not cold in Florida. They usually do it inside where they have like the air on. It's called the Polar Bear Plunge, where it's
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's the middle of fucking like cold ass season. Yeah. And you just go into the water and it's freezing like dick. And it's I did that and literally So I went because I thought it'd be really fun. Me and my family went, and we ran into these guys who were way older than me. They're like, "You're gonna go under, right?" And they're just really hyped. I'm like, "Go under?" They're like, yeah. When you get in, you go all the way under the water so you feel the chill. And I went, because I'm a dumb kid. I'm like, "Yeah, let's do that."
I believe you, strange man.
Yeah, no, literally, me and a group of older gentlemen who really shouldn't have been hanging out with me at the time all run into the water. We dunk under, and it froze me like an icicle. But the worst part is when I went under, because there's so many people running in at the same time, I got disoriented and didn't know where anything was. So I had to get out of the water and then immediately lost where those guys lost them. My dad lost them. The rest of the family lost them. So I'm like, I don't have my towel or anything for me. So I'm just shivering, walking up and down the fucking beach. Like, where is everybody? Slowly dying inside.
So sad.
And the worst part about it is they had like it was a changing tent.
Yeah.
It was just a big ass tent where there's no privacy. It's like, all the guys go in this tent and all the ladies go in this tent. I'm like, well, I can go in there and change into some dry clothes. Walk in there, immediately walk back out. All I saw was a whole bunch of naked man ass. I'm like, nope, I'm good. I don't want to be in here. Everybody's way too close. This is uncomfortable. I walked back out because my dad, he didn't do it. He was just there to watch us.
Yeah.
Because he drove. He's like, you're not gonna get changed. I'm like, nope. Give me my shirt. I'm putting it on. I'm gonna go dry off in the cold. We're just gonna leave. I don't want to be anywhere near this tent. It was horrible.
Okay, so
Ocean talk.
I think that's
The
most of the...
cruel mistress.
That's all we got really prepped for this week, mostly.
Yeah, pretty much.
Before we go into the last...
It was
Did
fun,
you know about
though.
this? As usual, thanks to Young Walnut for letting you use his music in intro and outro. Go check him out on YouTube and SoundCloud. If you want us to do certain stories, you have stories you want us to talk about, you can email us at DYHATpodcast@gmail.com. That's DYHAT podcast@gmail.com. Or you can tweet at us at DYHAT podcast. That'd be cool. We don't have any Twitter followers. That'd be cool.
I follow us.
Yeah, it's me and you, and that's about it. So
We'll get one of those spam bots that like, you looking for a good time? Oh, nah, I'm good.
Nah, I'm having fun already.
Yeah,
I don't need
exactly.
you. So you can go and tweet at us. You tweet the stories at us. You can just tweet at us if you just want to. So let's jump into the last one, shall we?
All right, the very end.
Hey, Derek, did you hear about this? Did you hear about the first forks?
The first forks, like utensils forks?
Yes.
No, what?
It was in 11th century Tuscan, Italy.
Mm-hmm.
When it was first started being used regularly. The church hated forks.
Let me guess. They look like pitchforks, like Satan.
No, saying God created fingers so you can touch and eat his food.
The holy man uses his hands.
They often refer to the forks as artificial hands.
It's not pure.
Don't touch me with your artificial hands.
God, that literally God.